Alright, greetings travelers. Let's see if we can actually, that's the first blue screen I've had in a little while. Guess it really doesn't like when you do that. Well that was kind of a bummer. Let's see what we got here. Alright, greetings travelers. So yeah, it really did not like that. So I gotta figure out the spacing on what we were just doing there. I think we'll probably not do this. Or we might, we just leave everything where it is and bring it around. Start with that. Kind of get back to where we were, but yeah, that did not dig on that at all. I don't know what happened. It just decided to blue screen. I'm kind of in the debate on whether or not we should continue on the freighter, anyway. And then maybe just go back down to the city or something. Or actually, we could go to R&D. But that's not fun. I don't like. I'm not sure. Now I'm scared. I'm scared, Coach. All right, we could go to an R&D. I was gonna mess around on the freighter, but it seems that with the stairs, we might have a minor issue. Trying to do what I'm trying to do. I really do love the new look, though. I love these platforms. I like having the fact that we can be outside here. Downside here is since you can't, I wish we could get the glass to show up. Like I wish the window, but I think it's because it's too many design styles. Might be why. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, to be honest with you. The only other thing I can think of is calling in a PC player to do what I actually want to do. But yeah, I don't think we're going to mess around on the freighter too much. I think we're going to end up blue screening again, and if I blue screen again, I will not come back another time. I think that's just too much. So I don't want to necessarily risk it. I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what caused that blue screen. That was the game blue screening, not like my stream like usual where I was pulsing and I have to go into inventory menu. That was a downright game crash. So, scared, Coach. I don't know what to do, Coach. What do we do, Coach? See, but they built it, and look, they added some stuff on the bottom because they knew we were going to be, lurbing around here. But again, I don't know if I should carry on here. I don't want a blue screen. Ooh, pardon me. Paul, what's going on? I'm just nervous, Paul. I just blue screened messing in the freighter, so I don't know if I should continue doing what I'm doing, because I'd rather not have that happen again. So, kind of at a loss here. I don't know what to do. It did not like what I was doing one bit. It was like, yeah, no, we can't have that. I'm sorry. Oh, but now you'll go under. But only to an extent? What? Alright, why are you doing it now? You weren't doing it before. Alright, odd, but I'll take it. What? Make up your mind. Are we on a different plane? No, we're... Oh yeah, we are. Okay, that's why. What we want to do is this. So we have all this set up already. Ooh, shit. Yeah, it doesn't matter, we're set up. I just don't remember if it's the bottom or the top. I think it's the bottom. So now if we throw these underneath, we attach these, now it won't go under, right? Yeah, now it's like, no. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to remove these. Now we're going to add these in. We're going to do the same over here. I'm going to bring this over here. Oh, this is now coming off of this level, so now you're doing what? Now you're on the same level. Okay, so here we go. Let's try it here. Digging on the same plane, and no. Okay. So then remove, add, get rid of these. We don't have more crap. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, 11. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, that looks a little off. We'll throw in another one of these to match. That looks better. Alright, now we're going to try this one more time. If we blue screen, I apologize, but I probably will not be back. Actually bring that back one. Although now we just take that off of there. Right. Well, it works. Okay. And that should leave us our Alright, now. Damn you. Not quite far enough away. Too close. What are we doing here? Huh. Yeah, gonna have an issue there. I need to go over one maybe? Or in one? Try going in one. So we'll take that and we'll come to here instead. That looks a little better. Nope. What the hell? No. That's way off. Alright. So our first guess was better. Alright. So let's try it with the ramp instead. Or the yeah, it doesn't like doing that. It then closes that off. I wonder if the light blocks might be the way to go. I wonder if that's going to give me a little bit different spacing. Let's try that. Let's try moving that over. Because it looks like it's like maybe a light block over. Alright, so grab our light block. Which we're not going to be able to do without turning. So let's do that. Actually, let's just get rid of that. Do that. And then move it over one. Okay. Get rid of you. Do that. Do that. Do that. just a bit outside. Let's try one more light block. Oh, well, what do you know? That's handy. Close but no cigar. Alright. See, it's not quite centered. Okay, that's good. That's what I was hoping for. I think that was 3. I think we moved over 3. Ooh, just breaking it. I'm gonna laugh if it turns into a couple of floor panels, but sometimes it's the best way to do it, you know, bit by bit. It's close, but it won't work. Magic. Yes, I am. Right on, magic. Well, that is interesting. So that basically tells me that I can't connect the dots. Well, that is somewhat of a bummer. I mean, I can do, you know, something along these lines, but well, that's no fun. Ugh. So is that an actual Yeah, see, there's a little bit of a gap there. Yeah. I could try going over one more, but I think we're going to be too far at that point. We're already kind of, at an impasse there. Which, actually, let's take that out of there. I was just hoping we'd have a way around. What you could, it doesn't like to. Now we have that. And that. No matter what I do there. Yeah, we're just too close. Too close, too close, too close. And then we're going to have this issue because we are right on top. And then we're going to have that issue because we're not quite close enough. And what can we do here? Can we break these open? Kinda, sorta. I mean, there is a way to do it. With the doors and some other stuff or whatever, but trying to avoid that if I can. Although, I might be able to breach in here. Nope, door. But. Alright. And it does come out to a certain spot, which I think we can then maybe deal with. Yep, with a little end. That's not bad. Got a little bit of end that we have to contend with, but all in all, it looks like we might be able to. Oh, we got that bit there. Okay. How do I open you? No, because you're going to be straight up around, so you can't do that anyway. Okay. Close, but no cigar. We're definitely close on that. Yeah, so we can take that door off. That could be something, something around there, and then that's a pass through. Yeah, you got too much crap. Too much going on. Alright, let's get rid of all that. Hey, the doors are deleting, that's nice. And then you can go here, here, and here. And then we just have the problem of connection. Oh, no we don't. That's actually not, oh yeah we do. With the stairs, which is weird. Why are you not? Oh, that's why, because you need to start here. You need to go away. In order for that to work. That needs to not be there. Yeah, see, it's offset. Alright. Which we could... Oh yeah, I offset it with the... idiot. I offset it with the block. That's my own fault. Okay. I wish there was a way I could get some from a window in there, but you can't frickin' glitch the windows in, which sucks. See, it's there, but it's not there, you know what I mean? Now it'll be there if I throw in a hallway, okay? So now it found its way into the, you know, I think anyway, we'll find out in a second here. Well, that might be the window. Nope. Oh, there was a window in the door. That's what happened. So yeah, you never know quite what you're going to get. Oh, well. I see some potential. I'm going to have to mess around. Again, because I blue screened experimenting, I'm going to hold off until I am 100% certain that I am going to not have an issue. So we're going to hold off on that for a little while. Alright, let's get out of this save here. Holla! Right on, Mary. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. We were just talking about you yesterday, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Mary. I often leave stealthful likes on your channel as well. Ooh, man, it looks crappy. Another crappy day outside. Good for playing No Man's Sky. When it's crappy outside, play No Man's Sky. And unfortunately now I gotta add this stuff to the side here, as much as I don't want to. We'll head over to R&D in just a second. I'm just gonna watch this guy make a pass. Oh, just started raining. Outside my window in real world. Doesn't rain on this planet. This planet doesn't do anything. Alright, I am offering visits again. If you would like to visit, let me know. This is in Creative, Euclid. And the glyphs are on your screen. Don't be shy. Come on, come on, come on. Plus I need to test. I'm testing because we got a new patch. Had a little bit more of an issue today with the patch. Ooh. Some big raindrops we got going on there. Hopefully I don't lose power. That does happen when it rains sometimes here for some reason. I don't know if you ever saw Bowfinger with Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy, Chubby Rain. The name of the movie was Bowfinger, but one of the guys was writing a screenplay called Chubby Rain. Oh, bummer. Yeah, always something with contractors, right? Although, in all fairness, kind of being a contractor in a way, we tell people we'll be there between this time and this time, because we don't know how long the job before us is going to take, so we try to give a time window. Sometimes the job goes by nice and, according to plan. Other times, not so much. Alright, there's the glyphs. If you want to portal in, you are welcome to. I'm just going to be noodling here. I'm looking for a place to build a screen. I think we're going to do one somewhere lower, but I'm not 100% sure. And we still got billboards galore to work on, so we got plenty to keep us busy in this build, that's for sure. Oh yeah, that's right, I started the same, and then I was gonna delete stuff and didn't, and blah blah blah. Alright. Sergeant Bellson, taking a break from trying to figure out my freighter base, not transferring in exchange. Do you sleep? Very little. roughly 4 hours, 5 or 6 if I'm really tired. But yes, very little. 4 is my average. I have a tendency to not sleep very well. Alright, that works. I like the look of that. We are okay with that. We still need some other blinky and other signage. We're working on it. We've got rain. We got rain. We got rain in my life. I can hear it coming off the skylight right now. Oh, if I could do one direction, one the other, that would be great. Oh, look at that! Oh, tell me that's not perfect. That's freaking awesome. We need to do something with that. Oh, wow. Yeah, the rain's coming down. Beating down on my window. That's not bad either. A weird little spot for one, but not bad. I kind of like it, but then we're going to hit there and then we're going to be over top. Okay. Although that looks good too. It does fit the decor, the light, the lines and everything, but that is neat. It does kind of offer up something interesting. But this, with that poster, yeah, we got to find a place for that. Oof. It's raining, it's pouring. Feel Minnesota. Bumped his head in. Won't be up till early morning. Yeah. Things you remember as a kid. Alright, just for Hardy Har-Hars, because that was a neat looking poster combination there. Which I like very much. Now, where is it? Where are you? There you are. Ooh, even that's pretty. Well, that's neat. Too bad it didn't circle over. I wonder if we get light on that, if it'll be a little better. And unfortunately, like, no matter what I do to try to get this to be absolutely parallel, it is, for lack of a better word, impossible. And then we're going to have an issue there. Of course, something's not lined up. Probably the thing underneath. just to see what this looks like. That looks really cool. We could flip that around so they're going in different directions. Yeah, I like that. That works pretty well. I bet you if we were to get some light behind that. Alright, we need to R&D before I go accidentally deleting something in here. Let's go R&D this somewhere. Although I should just probably freaking do it. Alright, let's try it. We can always reload. We can always reload. We can always reload. Right? That's our mantra. We can always reload. As long as we didn't screw up our saves. Yeah, sure, it's getting old. That's what it is. We can call it that. I've never been much of a sleeper, unfortunately. See, we need to keep, although, you know what? Damn it. Yeah, we have to custom size. What am I thinking getting into this right now? What was I thinking? This is just foolishness. Okay, because that's way too big. These are too big. So we need to do the same size on something. Okay, so that's this, but I have no idea what I sized this down to. That's the problem. Why? Why? Why do you torture me? Although I have a feeling we could do... I mean, we could custom size this. That's not a huge deal, right? I mean, we could do it. I would prefer not to, but we could. But I'm thinking we need light behind this, much like the TV monitor. Alright, that's just my opinion. I think we need it. I have this strange sneaking suspicion that we're gonna. Ah, stop! No! Why? Never lines up for me when I need it. Alright, we're gonna try that. Something in me bones tells me we're going to need the smaller versions. I know you're kicking around here somewhere. There you are, you're in here hiding. There you are. All right. But I'm also worried at that point that we're going to maybe if we can get in a large one, put that on the side, cover the edges. I don't know, but I like this scale. It's a good size. Why am I worried? Well, and of course, it will be rotated in a completely different fashion. Isn't going to come up to that way I was hoping. We're going to have to figure out, yeah, I got to get a custom size, because the problem I'm having here is, as we fold over that, I mean, that's a great idea, but it's not quite doing what I want it to do. Alright, so, because we are on a different plane, something happened. We'll try that. Nope, I can see it. See it kind of phasing in. Not flat. We'll try it, but I don't think it's going to work. Yep, I can see it right there. Give it a shot though. Damn you. Yeah, the only way for me to do this is to... You don't even see the poster on that one. See, that's why I think we need some light behind it. I really do. You know what? Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens when we... put some light behind this. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. All right. We may need to R&D this. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to need to R&D this. Hey, Joby. Excuse me. Work. One moment. All right. All right. Nobody wants to visit the grotto or any of the city stuff. I will head over to an R&D real quick. Like, I got a little bit more time left. I can probably at least get an idea of. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Although, wait a minute. Can I do that down here? I can still do that down here. I gotta put a door in here still. That's right, I got it here. The only thing is I'm going to show up at the other one. Because whatever the first one you put in is the one that you usually teleport to. And unfortunately, in order to do what I was doing, in order to make the pool for the waterfall, I had to put that one in first. So, because I had to shrink it and manipulate that around, so that had to go in first. So whenever I warp back in, and we'll see, I'll warp in and I'll be like looking up at the sky. Kind of a uneventful base terminus teleport in, but it's better than nothing. Alright, let's set up a little area here. Actually, what do I have going on here? Oh yeah, perfect. My R&D area. Which in itself has a couple of things in it. Got the massive extendo screen. That's all 5. And then we got the 3. Alright, now, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to invert a wall. Gotcha. I mean a floor, rather. Voodoo, voodoo, voodoo. Actually, I gotta do 2 of them, don't I? Wait a minute. No, I just gotta do 1. Glitching can be a big old pain in the butt. But is it worth it in the end? You bet. Fine. You want to play that way? Oh, other way around. Sometimes I wonder. There we go. That's better. Actually, I should probably do it on that side too because we're going to need it, right? Yeah, because they're going to meet in like the one at the place. So, that way we can actually get what we need to get done. Try and get somewhat of a similar condition, but it's unfortunately not going to be because there's going to be other stuff behind and, you know, other collision bubbles, but we will try to get a similar scenario rolling here. Alright, that looks about right. It's a little different. The gapping is a little bit different, but... Alright, so let's just hypothetically go with... we're going to have to custom size. I know we are. We're supposed to make one large one, I suppose. How big does that poster get? Probably not big enough for us to use, but we'll try. You're not going to get nearly large enough, are you? No, no way. Alright, so you do need to be custom sized. Alright. Alright, let's go to the smallest scale. Let's see how small that gets. I don't think it's down to its smallest, but I could be wrong. I don't entirely remember on how I originally set that up. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Alright, you know what? In fact, oftentimes I am. Yeah, that seems about right, actually. Yeah, okay. So it is the smallest scale. That's good, which means we could put that in nicely. Okay. So now that that's like that, if we were to make a light panel the same size, if I could make a light panel the same size, I'm wondering if we might even be able to, you know, kind of, no, I read, nah, never mind, I tried that before. I was going to say I could, you know, reverse glitch it in, but last time I did that, what ended up happening was it was just the electrical contacts stuck out and looked silly. Hey, Victor! is back in. Wait, I am streaming, but that's okay. You there? Oh, I don't think he wants to be on stream. That's okay. We gotta get going shortly anyway. What the heckenheimer? Why is this being such a nightmare? Thank you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And we've got a picture in the house. Hello, hello.
I had to switch my controller. It was running out of juice.
What's going on?
I'm on this aftermarket controller that is very well built, but boy, I do not like the controls. They're not sensitive enough. It seems like you get to move like an eighth of an inch before anything starts happening on the joysticks.
Oof.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Doing fine stuff is ridiculous. Anyway, so what you doing?
I'm experimenting with a new sign. I like the way this interacted with this particular poster, and I was like, that's really neat. And then I had an idea for a sign, but it didn't seem to be quite working the way I wanted it to. What else is new? So I decided to head on over to R&D, where, yep, it needs light. It's exactly what it needed. It needed light behind it. Now you can see the poster. It's not quite where I want it, and if we bring another poster onto this, it might, while it looks neat with the stars and stuff behind it, you can see how it kind of breaks through some of the poster. There's like holes in the poster. And that is neat. We have a sign like that already, but that seems to work pretty well. Yeah, that's not bad, but it definitely needed the light. See if we take that.
What are you looking at? I don't think I'm seeing it.
Alright, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so right here, you see the race booster right there?
That's all oh.
Okay, so you see that?
Get close to see that.
Right, but now, when I put light on it.
Oh, how'd you do the light?
Like that, right?
Yeah,
I just put I put a light floor panel shrunk down behind it. So now the poster and everything that has a nice glow. That's how I did all the monitors, because without the light behind the monitor, you can't really see the poster.
Right.
I was thinking like a television, which has a backlight.
Yep. That works.
Unless it's an OLED.
See it perfectly. This is cool.
Oh, the extendo? There's a there's a 5 screen and a 3 screen version. The 5 screens behind you, off to your right, in the little building. There's a 5 screen version. The Extendo 5, the Extendo 3.0, and the Extendo 5.0.
Extendo. So how are you making the screens?
Which part? The singular screen or the extended versions?
Well, first of all, how do you make a single one?
Okay.
What are you using?
I'll show you. I actually have been wanting to see how one of these posters looks as a screen anyway, so let's get down on showing APictor how to make one of these. And if y'all don't know APictor, I've known APictor for a number of years. And as I was stating a little earlier, we have known each other pretty much as long as building's been in the game.
Well, how far back was that light glitch? You taught me the light glitch.
Oh, the tear glitching? Oh my god.
Remember the little
the pill light. Yeah, the tear glitch.
It still works. It just sends things 90 units away.
Yeah, exactly. You can still use it, but all right, let's find all right, so I'm going to give a tutorial on the screens again. So, I do have APictor. I do have a tutorial up on it. If you should, what the hell are you doing there? Well, you don't belong there. Nor do you. Why were you there? Now I know you've got legacy pieces.
Yeah.
And it's kind of important to have legacy floor panels for this. All right. So there are kind of 2 places this shows up, but the best way to do it where the screen is going to show up is going to be, I don't know what you can see here. Are you watching stream 2? Or no?
Me? No.
Okay. So if you look, can you see my electrical contact, the nub?
Yep.
Okay. So see that inner black border with the curved edge, it looks like a rubber border? And then it goes to this. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of roughly where the screen is going to end up.
Okay.
The biggest problem is, and the most manual part of this, but I have references made for it specifically now, is making the case of the screen. So what you're going to need kind of a pallet worth of stuff in order to make these. So we're going to start with all the basic building blocks, which includes a block, a pyramid, which I would color red, because I just find that the red floor panel works the best of light floor. You're going to need a light floor. You're going to need a raised small paving. You're going to need a long short wall of your choosing and a short wall of your choosing. Half short wall of your choosing, or small wall, whatever they call it. And then I think that's everything except for the magic part, which makes the screen, the vending machine, the small square screen, all the screens that I've been doing. This one part makes all of it, and that is, and hopefully they don't change this. I'm going to be bummed if they put it like it is on the freighter on terrain. Then you're going to need the floral containment 2 unit.
Oh my word, I wouldn't have thought in a million years to use that.
And then you're going to need a large full-scale wire. And this is for the full-scaled monitor, okay? That means the floor containment unit scaled up to its full size. You can make smaller versions, but then you're doing a lot of manual placement, and it becomes tedious. But this is for the extendos and for the large-scale monitors that you're seeing here right now. The other thing you will need, like I said, is a full-scale wire set to the color of whatever you want the floor containment to be. I like it to be black, so I turned it and I use the table here, I use gray black. So I'm gonna do this, scale this up, just so I can get a full scale wire going. Boom. Okay. Now, the other thing is, depending on where you want this screen to end up in your build, it's helpful to... Okay, so the way you're facing it when you're... how do I put this? Hold on a second. Because you're going to be doing a tether, right? So when you're tethering this, whatever way you want the screen to face, you're kind of pulling from the opposite way the screen is going to face. Does that make sense? So, all right, say I want the screen to face you.
So you pull...
I'm going to put my tether
close to farther away.
Well, hold on, I'll show you. So we're going to do our usual tether setup. Dash to dash is how I like to do it. And then that helps with the screen because that's going to be where our references are. Alright, so now that I've got my tether point, so I'm going to come back here and then I'm going to pull from this tether back towards the outside of where I'm going and then away from me. And then that way the screen, when I'm standing looking, say, towards the wall of our build, the screen will be facing inwards. I mean outwards, so you see it.
Right.
Okay.
So that tether spacing is critical?
Well, no, this tether is not. It's just for practice. It keeps me in line of where I want to be. But in terms of where you're going to be for reference, so you see the double dashes here, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So when we're bringing our screen back, there's going to be 1, 2, and then 3. If I bring it back to the third one, the front of the screen is kind of near the halfway point of the floor panel. And then if I bring it to the second dash down, it ends up being right about at the front of that border right here. And I'll kind of do a quick, it doesn't have to be.
I'll see it.
Yeah. So I'm going to copy my tether. I'm going to attach to there. I'm going to come down to the front or the back, your choice, but I use the front. Taking that pencil point inside the electrical nub to get you centered, right at the top of that double dash. And then, so when I place that in, now that I'm at the top of that double dash, see how the bottom of the screen matches up to that, almost to that, I can bring it to the bottom of that one. Alright, but that should be good. But that's roughly where your screen's going to live. Now, if you look to the outer edge of where the screen is, you're going to see the angled cut and that line that follows that angled cut. So like right here, this angled cut, and then that. So for that, we're going to get that small short wall here. Put it into free placement, and this is where the manual kind of funkiness happens. So you want to get that. We can even get rid of this right now. So to the right to the edges of all that stuff is kind of where we want to be. Getting it as straight as possible. And I use the first line on the side of that wall to kind of line up to the edge of that area. Now this isn't a full floor panel, otherwise you could nicely just line that up with a long, the longer version of this. But since it doesn't take up the entire space, you kind of have to finagle a little bit. Then we're going to come here, we're going to get as lined up as possible, try and get as flat as possible with parallel. Right there. And then I usually do like a fold over test. And then I keep one side like that. It's a little too far back on the right side. So I'm going to move that one forward a little bit.
No, you're not picky.
Yeah, exactly. How long have we known each other? And then we'll drop that in, and we'll see how that folds over. It doesn't, I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it as close as possible.
Pretty close.
And that's close with a little twist.
Yeah, you got a slight twist in that last move.
So I'm going to just kind of try to line that up there.
There you go.
I may have moved it too far back. I did.
I think you went off like a 16th of an inch.
It's amazing how a 16th in this game can...
I know, especially if you could have a long run on something.
Oh yeah, thankfully these are short runs, so a little mistake usually isn't too bad. Alright, we're just going to move that other one. Try and match this one. That one's a little too far forward.
See, what I would have done is cheated. After I got one down, I'd put this cross piece on, and then free place it, lining it up on that.
Yeah, I've tried that. It does and it doesn't. You know how it is. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And depending on the phasing on the floor, sometimes one's higher than the other.
Oh yeah, that drives me crazy.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a flat floor. And
alright, that looks pretty good for
yeah,
that's for demonstration purposes. Alright, so once you have that, what I usually do is I drop them down under the floor, which unfortunately, because we still can't stack these things on top of each other, you have to put the little...
build down on them, huh?
I know. You figured they would have fixed that by now. Alright, so now...
Get rid of the damn asteroids.
Yeah. So I can see that this one actually is higher on this one. If you look a little bit higher than the other one, a little bit on the tilt, but nothing you can do about it. Just it's one of those things that, you know, it just happens.
Me, it wouldn't be too worrisome, but
right. But to others, it, you know, catastrophic. All right. So once you have that, then you need to get your backlight in there, all right, in order to light the poster and actually turn on the TV, if you will. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your block, you're going to put that into the cache. Right in front there, on the front of where all that is, you're going to universal adjacent to your block. You're going to bring it back one. Now you're going to raise it up by a paver. And then delete the top block. Okay, so your block is now a one paver higher.
okay.
Dad's Game Time, welcome. James Mick, what's up? How you doing? Oh, well, thank you for raiding. I appreciate that. Alright, so now you've raised yourself up, and you're like a little bit behind the line, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to place our backlight for the screen on that block. We're going to back the block up just so you have a safety net in case you mess something up.
Always a good idea.
Doesn't hurt. you can now remove that block. Now is art time. So now what you would do here is, well, you'd probably save at this point.
Yes, that's what we do here.
I'm going to go run to my save beacon over here. Alright, now that we've saved, now you choose your art. So today we're going to go horizontal because it's easier. But we have some nice reference. Where this light panel is pretty central to the monitor screen itself. Knowing that, we can now grab a horizontal poster, and we're going to use a dark one. But first what you got to do is you got to, obviously you won't see the poster until you scale it up because it's behind, which is a good thing for once. Okay, so now we're going to go full scale, and we're going to kind of give ourselves a little bit of, okay, so the thicker black bar at the top and the bottom of the light panel, we should have a little bit of negative space between those areas. Try to make it as even as possible. Then tap 3 times, scale down. 1, 2, 3. Place, delete your backing. Now at this point you're also, see this one's got it coming through, so you may actually want to do one above that.
I mean, you can see the black lines.
Yeah, so we're going to just scale it up to that one. And now what we should be doing is checking for our negative space to make sure that it's, the other thing too is flatness. Alright, let's start from fresh here. If you're not flat initially, and I find that looking down the top side of it helps to kind of get it nice and parallel. Okay, now, and look at that. Now it's above the black bar. Funny enough, right?
So what did you change?
I just changed my perspective with the camera. That's it. Like that seems to, not at all. And that seems to be kind of an interesting issue. If I'm looking straight at, and it will change light panel to light panel. The next light panel I put up, I might be able to look at it straight on, and it's gonna hover above that black line. The one after that, vice versa, you never know. Alright, so now again we're at full scale, and I'm looking at the black bar and that on the bottom. There's about a similar negative space showing. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. The other thing you can do now is you can kind of look down at the bottom and see the round, your edges for the framing or the case of the screen, because you have to hide, all that stuff. So we're going to come up here, we're going to try to get the negative space to be equal. That looks pretty good. We're going to drop that in, we're going to get rid of our shim. And again, now if you want to put a sticker or something, you're going to want to do that now.
I'll throw a smiley face on there just for shits and giggles. Hey, no. Whoa.
You said a smiley face. Alright, we'll keep it simple. We won't add the sticker. How about that?
Okay.
Alright, so now that we have that, alright, and you might have to make some alterations here and there. There is some finesse, I guess. And the more you do it, the more you'll start seeing your reference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But without that
creative part here, once you get it set up, you can play around with this all you want.
Right. So, but you see how easy it was to just gain, this portion. Now all I got to do, and you can do this multiple times, is now you tether in your screen. You just copy your tether wire. You put the monitor screen. And then now, as long as you're using the same reference you were using before, which for me was the top of the second set of double dashes, which always getting your nose to the floor here can always be interesting. Hold on, let me redo this. Get myself in a better position. Grab our planter / screen.
So that was the second from
So,
your side of the...
right, so the... Right, so the...
Second up.
Well, no, so the second dash behind the backlight.
Oh, from the front part. Okay.
Yeah, from the front of your screen.
I see it, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I love about while you're building, I can just fly around the camera mode and see exactly.
Then we'll drop our screen in.
Look at that.
And it should be pretty centered.
It is fairly centered.
Okay, so I need to go forward a little bit. So we're, and it looks like I need to bring my poster up a little bit more, so we can do that. We can actually, where the poster was a little too small, it was coming out of the edges.
Yeah, okay.
So, what we'll do here is we'll just redo our poster. Not a big deal. Pain in the ass, but it works. Alright, we're going to grab that. And this time we're going to come at it from top side here. We're going to see just how much of a difference our camera, see? See how much that changed our camera angle? Now I'm behind those black bars. So now if I copy that poster, but this time I come in from the top view.
It's too bad I couldn't see where you are camera-wise.
Well, you got a cell phone on you. So now my camera right now is looking over the very top edge of that vertical light floor. All right, now look. I haven't done anything different, haven't made any major changes.
I can see it moving.
Right, but now instead of being behind those two black bars, now I'm in front of it. And that was all based on how I angled in with the camera.
I can't wait to play with this.
All right, so I'm going to knock this down 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try and make sure we're as centered as possible between our... Yeah, you just kind of want to get right to the edges of your case, like see the two short walls. So you kind of... And it's centered. So if you have a center point on your poster, it helps. Like the poster with the dots. That's really helpful. All right, so now we're going to go forward on this. So I'm going to come back here.
It looks like you're slightly over on one side, but the other side
is... Well...
It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Demo purposes, right?
I'm not going to complain.
It's coming out of the scratch and dent area. Discounted monitors, low prices.
That's why I had to go today, buy a new oven.
Oh no. Yo, next time you need something like that, you need to call me first.
Why?
Because where I currently work, I can help you. We'll talk about that after. How are we looking? Oh, I'm way far behind. I went to the... Yep, I missed big time on that one.
You're on the wrong spot there. You went to the back instead of the front.
I went to the wrong side. All right, so I went to the third mark, which is habit. All right. Instead of the second mark. All right. And it's really important to try to get the best perspective you can get when doing this, just for lining up. Perspective in this game is...
So what part do you line up? Because now you got a really big socket
Okay,
there.
So now I got a really large scaled wire, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm using is, if you get your nose to the floor and you look into that socket, there's something inside that looks like a pencil point. And now that it's scaled, it perfectly aligns with the central width and gives you a really, really nice reference point to work with. I've used this many, many times.
It's not lined up with the center line right now.
So what I'm going to do here is like that.
From my perspective.
And thankfully, cascading wires have been fixed, so that now I don't have to set up my tether point every time I miss. That was a drag. Alright, so we got our pencil point.
See, to me that looks off.
Yeah, what I'm seeing and what you're seeing might be a little different.
Yeah, because before you build something, I see it stretched out rather than, enlarged in all directions.
Alright, so that needs to come back to the back portion. Looks like I'm too far forward, so we're going to go to the back line, the back of that set of dashes. It's just forward enough where we're getting those 2 bars, which you want that for the vending machine, but you don't want it for your screen. So instead of the top of the double dash, I'm just going to move it to the back of the double dash.
What is causing the 2 bars?
That's the plants in the planter.
Okay.
Now I'm going to come back to the back side, and hopefully that should be back enough now where, yep, where we're absolutely perfect.
Look at that.
So now that we have that, all right, now if I take my flashlight off, all right, my torch, now look how dim the screen is. Okay, so if you take your torch and you turn your torch on, you can see the screen. If you turn your torch off, it's very dull, right? And we could actually probably keep that poster full scale. We probably don't even need to because it's a horizontal one. I've been taking vertical posters, making them horizontal, scaling them, and then they're too big that way. Do you know what I mean? Looks like the horizontal poster.
Have you tried, before you do any of this, putting just dropping a tether point down inside where the inside of this is going to be, and then when it's all done, just glitching a candelabra lamp back there or something?
Yeah, it ends up being a little bit too bright. And
well, you can do something else.
Well, yeah, true. But if you think about it, the nice thing about the floor panel is it gets your artwork flat. It gives you reference to center on the screen. You know what I mean? And you've already got your lighting.
I'm not saying take away the floor panel.
You're saying add in...
Panel, it'll go... That candelabra plant shine right through that one.
It should. I mean, if we take one... All right, let's do a save here. Just in case it tears anything out.
And just remove the planter and just drop a little tether point in there, put the planter back, and...
Well, I don't even need... Like, I could actually just take that candelabra bloom. I mean, just for experimental purposes, you know. Let's just do this. Make it easier on ourselves. We do come up from the bottom. We know roughly where everything's going to be because now we've... Can you see any of that coming through?
No. Well, it just cleared up. No, it's not brighter. No, it doesn't seem brighter.
So, well, that works. But it's not, I think...
It's not what I expected.
Yeah, it's hold on, let me get rid of that. Or try it anyway.
It does. You don't need your flashlight on it now.
Well, no, you won't in a minute either. That's, as soon as I turn the light floor panel on, it turns the TV on.
Well, that's right. You never turned that on, did you?
Yeah, no. So now if I... So now
Sorry.
if I... No, not at all. These are valid questions of things to ask.
I'm also occupied doing something else here on the side. So
no worries.
You can imagine what that is.
I completely understand. But now now ready? Now I'm going to power it.
There we go.
And now it's on.
TV's on.
Now we got the TV on. But now we have all of this junk to hide, right? So now, what you do is you take a small short wall. We've already lowered our sides. We can now drop in on each one of these sides. Now we've covered the side. Now we take 2 short walls, the small version. We put those in.
There.
And then we add it to the other side here like so. Then we stack these up around it like that.
Thank God for the new interference fits.
Mm-hmm. Take your short wall again for the back. And then that'll cover the back side because you don't got to worry about it unless you want to do a dual screen, dual-sided, which we've done. But now you effectively have covered up what you need, and now you can even take a small alloy floor panel and you can actually free place that right on top. I mean, you could try and snap it too, but good luck. It's not going to want to. And then this just kind of slides into place.
Yeah.
Covers your top side for you. And you can finagle that around a little bit. But now you've got a completely enclosed thing. But then say you want to add your deco to it, you're like, damn it. Like I need to add, I want to add I want something that doesn't look like a short wall. And you're like, all right, well, I'll grab my favorite storage cabinet here. And then you realize you got a ginormous collision bubble. So on the bottom, you got a certain amount that you can get away with. But if you look up here on the top side, there's a huge gap. But everything you need is right where you need it. So what you do is you delete your screen. Your artwork stays, and as a matter of fact, now I can actually put my artwork back in.
Wow.
Oh, watch it. Here, check it out. Ready? Everything's here. Everything I need is now in place. So my case is all here, right? So if I pop that poster in...
But you don't have a back end anymore.
I'm putting it in right now.
Oh, okay.
So now I can see where my poster's going to lie in my screen, like almost, exactly where I need it, right? Like so. Get rid of our backing poster. Now, what I do is I remove the whole back of this case. Oops. Right, so now I don't need that. Now I'm going to grab now I'm going to put my deco up because I don't have my collision bubble in the way.
Uh-huh.
Now I can actually put my deco up. And have it there and here, if this is where you want it, for example. I'm just using this as citing an example. All right, then, now that the back is open, I can take the wire, connect it, drop it down behind. Now I'm right where I need to be again in my tether area. Bring that to the back side of that second double dash. And insert screen, and now we have our screen. It's a little too far back.
Yep.
So now we're going to bring that forward again. That looks good to me.
Yep.
We're a little off center, but big deal. I don't care right now. Like that could have gone off to the right a little bit more. And it could be my tether's a little off too. I could have been not paying close enough attention to my center point. But just for hardy har-hars. Yeah, it needs to go over more. I think my tether's off. My tether looks pretty centered, actually. But that's a nice thing about having this setup, is you can mess around with it till you get it to the way you want it. You know, I don't have to move anything.
Once you get it set up,
it's pretty much...
really play with it.
I don't know about bulletproof, but it's pretty close. There are times where, you know, if you get too much stuff going around, it can get a little funky.
I also like that old cathode ray tube effect, you know?
Yeah, that's
like painting.
ER had
ray guns are painting.
ER
I think that's the only thing that does that, isn't it? That planner.
Yeah, and I'm worried as hell that they're about to change it because the new nutrient processor and everything has a different glass effect to it and doesn't have that that cool, like, what do you want to call it? Actually, that's my case that's over poorly. I wasn't paying enough attention. Anyway, because they changed the look of the new nutrient processor, and if you look at this planter now on the freighter, it doesn't look the same. They took the scan lines out. They took that kind of containment look out of it. So now it looks very different. In my opinion, not as cool. And then we add our power. And that's a basic monitor. Now you can get a little fancier. And all you got to do is get rid of this for starters. That just helps. You can add it in later. You're going to take a short wall. You're going to drop your floor down one. And this is where you may end up using shims, but whatever. You're going to bring that down. Now what you do, if you want to add any movement or any other element to this, you know, you can. So say, for example, like this here, you could, if you had it scaled right, bring that into the screen, and you might see it. But that one's a tough one. Anything round tends to be weird because you got a round surface and a flat surface. And
yeah, you're probably only going to see a little tiny bit of it.
Right. So for this, though, take this and you flatten it. Now there are two ways to do this.
Barrel in there yet?
Not yet. I haven't quite experimented with the barrel yet.
Might give it an interesting effect.
But we can try it. I am definitely up for that. Now, okay, so now we'd have to put in a poster, right? Or what we could try here is we might even be able to fit this in underneath here. That's right, I can. The flags, you need to bring it down. This, I think we can Yeah, we need to turn it though. Okay, so 1, get it that way. 2, turn it top side. Scale up. 3, turn.
Got a formula?
Yeah, well, just trying to keep track of well, it looks like that should just about do it. And now we add in our short wall again. Cover all that mess up. And throw your floor panel down, and nobody else is the wiser.
I won't tell anyone.
But now you've got the moving buttons, you've got another scan line going through, it just adds a little bit more, another element, to keep it a little less static,
You see what the scan lines do that are going from right to left?
Mm-hmm.
They get stretched out when they go over the picture.
Oh, well, we can even change that a little bit more. So now,
That's weird.
What we do is we get rid of that and that. Let's get rid of that. Let's also remove our screen itself. Now stickers add in another really great element. But you got to also make sure that you're, within the parameters of the screen, otherwise it folds out. And it goes over the top edge. This isn't really a good poster for stickers, but we'll throw one in there anyway. Alright, so now we'll get that. We'll throw that in. We're going to try to throw that in. There we go. Alright. Okay, we got that. Now you have your sticker. And what's neat is, we've been doing this trick for a few years, but I'll do it some more because it works. Yeah, that's a good flag these days. But that one floor panel difference.
And this is lots of stuff under there. Can't you?
Yep. So now we can take this flag. As long as we're staying within the parameters of our screen. You can do something like that if you wanted to. But this gets fiddly. No doubt about it. This is a fiddly process because you got to see what's coming out of the screen. You got to kind of move things around and twist and turn and blah blah blah. But it does give you again, another opportunity to add in. There, that looks good. And then we'll light that back up. That looks like we're lit, but we're not. There we go. And now you have, and you can add in a couple of more in a different direction. I mean, if you look at the one over here, I've got like half of it hidden going behind another set of poster. You know, then again, obviously you can take your screen or whatever you want, you know. Let's take the flaming barrel. Let's see what happens if we put a flaming barrel inside this puppy.
So I'm looking at this 5 screen here.
Alright, I'm not seeing...
must be a little weird.
Alright, so that is, you gotta make a circle. Once you've made your circle, it's 1, and you need to make the full 32. And then it's 1 floor panel away from the circle, and it's all the same thing. It's all your central points. So you're actually not changing anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because as you're coming around, it just kind of blends itself in at that. It took me a minute to find the right circumference.
Yeah.
All right. I put the barrel in, but it didn't really seem to do a hell of a lot. I'm going to turn the light off just to see if maybe that... Yeah, it's really not doing a hell of a lot.
Can't see it at all. It's weird.
Yep.
Okay, that's not a...
but I'm wondering...
Really goes far.
I'm wondering if
we wanted to do something without the light panel, maybe that might work.
Well, that, or if I can get it, I can get it to be horizontal. Okay, when does this start breaching? I can't see a darn thing. Because right now I'm looking through the glass. So I don't know if that's showing or not, to be honest. Ah, there we go. Where is that? Alright, that's... Are we on top or bottom here? Alright, that's on top of the glass. That's on top of the glass, that's why. It's actually on the bubble, the collision bubble.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah.
So much so now that it's actually trapped in there. I can't even remove that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get rid of the boat.
Actually, I just removed the sticker. There was a sticker was holding in place. So... Now, if we come at it...
But if you could get it at just the right spot inside there.
Well, let's try.
It'll look like
we have our whole base, so we...
coming off the back of that ship.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Alright, we would need... I think we need a paver distance to try to do something like that. So let's try a paver distance. You got to remember, the collision bubble on that planter is gigantic. And one side is closer than the other, or more of a collision than the other. This is actually a really good idea, Victor. If I can get it. It looks like... There we go. I need another person to be able to view what's going on. Oh, if it didn't have the smoke.
Look at that. That's okay. It looks like it's...
Well, let's put the monitor in and see what happens.
Don't mind a little smoke.
Yeah.
It's smell-o-vision.
Alright, hold on. Let's throw the... Actually, this can probably go in a little bit, can't it? Actually, we're not even going to mess with that. Screw that. I ain't messing about.
You know, another thing you could do to like focus a point of light somewhere on there would be that new lighted planner.
Oh yeah, right. Ah, the smoke just kills it, but
Yeah, it kind of hides the flames, but
yeah, but
wow.
it is neat though. It does add in. Damn it! How can I make that work? A little further back, maybe.
Still got to deal with the smoke.
Yeah, but I think.
I'll put a little fan in it.
All right, hold on. Let's try.
It shows up a lot better if you push it a little more forward.
Yeah. All right, so. Ooh, now it doesn't even want to hit that there. All right. Yeah, it's hard for me to see where I end up, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm putting this. There we go.
You got it tethered to something?
Well, we could at least get a smoke effect or some sort of cloudy thing going if I move it back far enough,
Yeah, I could just use the smoke, I suppose.
you know, and maybe shrink it down a little bit. Kind of get towards that planet, maybe. I'm also wondering maybe if I tilt it, but that's going to be a tough call too.
Well, it would blow the smoke
Yeah, through the,
kind of out of the way.
yeah.
And you know, it's bright. The flames are bright enough on the side, but then you'd start to see the interior. Yeah. Or just put the barrel in right side up so that, well, still see the barrel. I can't do that either.
It's just a question of getting the right size, I think. And then having the smoke just stay within the, or shimming it just enough, but it's a question of, you know, it starts peeking out of the screen, although that, oh, I like the little spark bits though, but we're too far away from the screen. It almost works.
Oh well, it's one of those things that almost works.
Well, let's see what happens here. It's just the smoke, you know, it unfortunately gets,
Yeah, it's a bit much.
oh, and I can't delete that anyway. Because then if I delete that, I deleted the paver. I mean, I wouldn't have to necessarily, but can you see the barrel?
Yeah.
No, I mean, do you see it in the front?
Oh. Hold on, let me go back to the camera mode so I can.
No. Okay.
No, it looks sideways to me now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a.
Yeah, see, before I want to turn it sideways, you're always going to see the barrel. But yeah, I guess if you get it just the right angle and you put it just the right size and incorporate the rim of the barrel in with the
Right.
picture,
and
sure,
just
you can do it. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little bright cone sticking out. But it stopped when you built it.
Yeah.
All I can see is the
All
barrel
right.
and not the brightness.
Yep. Hold on. See if we can't do something here. Can you still see the barrel?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. We got a little smoke effect, a little. God damn it, that barrel. Well, again, you know, you got a round item with a flat
Yep.
surface. One of those is not going to contend with the other one. Especially if I want to try and get the flame in there.
Ooh, you're close.
Get in there. Alright, what if
Now I'm seeing just the slightest rim of the barrel, and I'm seeing smoke, but it's like brighter and orange almost.
I... So seeing the barrel, hold on, let me get rid of this one. Now we're going to see the other rim.
That's not terrible.
Not terrible.
I can't see it anymore.
Yeah. Hmm.
Where was it before you moved it last time? Though
Actually, you
it
know
looked like it was
what?
part of the picture.
Yeah, again, it's like just, you know, random placement, really. You
Yeah.
know, it's not going to ever be something I think I can use on a regular basis. Now, this, which unfortunately is not going to do what I want. Tell me if you see anything.
No, not yet. Starting to see the outline of the fireplace.
I was hoping maybe we could get... Ooh, I got
You
little
see.
shooting stars.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, hold
There's
on.
something coming across there.
Yeah. Alright, now we've lost our poster.
No, I did that on purpose.
Nope. Alright, we got some potential stuff. We just gotta figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah. I wonder how much light that new planer would put in. You could focus the light like on the back of the ship, or make it look like right back there.
Yeah, unfortunately, here...
Any poster you wanted to focus the light on it.
I was hoping I could maybe use this, but I think, you know, because it's a little less smoky. Looks like the right size, we might get that to work.
Yeah, you'd want to tone the flames down a little, wouldn't you? Can you put a poster right over the front of a fireplace?
No, but you can sneak it in there.
Yeah.
So if I thought I would have enough room to do it, but it's not allowing me to. But if we just hypothetically, let's get this out of our way. Yeah, I'd have to hide. But yes, you could, with the right setup, you could get the fire going, but you would have to... have to kind of come in underneath. Or you could at least do something with that. So, isn't the fireplace more phase friendly in the back portion of it?
Oh, I don't know. It didn't used to be.
Yep. So now if I still got a block back there. Not that it matters, it's just playing around anyway.
Yeah.
So now if I there we go. Alright, now let's get rid of that. There you are, sort of.
Have you tried working with just regular glass panels, building glass?
No, not yet. I mean, you could effectively do something like this. You know what I mean? You can get a poster in it. You can get fire going on it. You just gotta,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
you just gotta find the right. I would, find a place to tether this in. You know what I mean? Kind of similar to what we just did,
Uh-huh.
but instead, use.
What did you just do?
What do you mean?
Well, you built up a bunch of posters.
Oh yeah,
Then you
shims.
started with one on, yeah, but then you rotated the top one.
Yeah, so I could flip it into where I needed it.
Oh my word, look at that.
Oh yeah, that's how I first discovered the monitor. I was doing it this way. I was using shims. And you slide it in. Get it to where you need it to be. Hopefully. Doesn't always work. But I've had pretty decent success, all in all. But,
There you go.
we could come up with, an idea based upon some of this stuff. We actually probably, let's see here. Where do you lay flat? Alright, so you would need your floor panel back. Then you might lay flat here, but that's not going to be enough. All right, so we'd have to know where this, where everything laid out. It'd be kind of a, well, now I'm curious about something. Now you got me thinking.
What are you going to do now? Why? Look at that. Never thought to use a fireplace for some nice white panels.
Whoa, that's way too big.
Yeah, you think?
Ginormous! Alright, now. I'm wondering. Where do you end up? Nowhere I can see. Okay. But now with the backing in there, it does allow me a little bit of leeway. Or, look at the fire catching the edge of that light floor panel.
Yep.
What happens if I snap
give you an
that in
idea,
there?
does it? Oh yeah, look, it's showing right up on that one too.
So, if we do that,
Not too shabby, that.
it is kind of neat.
Can you get the floor panel so it doesn't cover the effect? I mean, the poster.
Not so far, but hold on.
So what kind of a bubble are we talking about?
Knowing what we know, if we remove that, get rid of you, throw you in there.
Remember where you lined up the fireplace, I take it?
Roughly. Somewhere near there. The only thing is if I remove that now, oh wait, yeah, I gotta put another poster in there, that's right. The poster will delete that way. I'm hoping we do that. Get rid of you. Drop you in. And as long as it doesn't delete the poster, we could actually try a couple of different spots, but it might delete it. But no, it does not. That's in a pretty neat spot. I doubt this is going to work, but we're going to try it. I think we're covering our reference. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not. We missed our glitch, but we definitely, or did we? I'm like, wait a minute, we may not have missed it. It just might be hiding in there. Man, the collision bubble on the fireplace is really large, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Kind of a bubble it produces.
Oh, that's why, yeah. So we're definitely gonna, yeah, we'd have to put the monitor in first. Because you're right, now it's creating a raised area. I can't get in. Which unfortunately would be, now if I delete that fireplace, poster goes, right?
Yeah, it's going to take everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, that's something I'll mess around with, though. That's a good idea. I think the one sign I think we had some victory on was this one.
Yeah,
uh,
that turned out great.
I think this one here was, I mean, I think there's some possibilities. We just got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Which might just be a question of finding the right size to, of everything to fit in the space. Might do it. But now I'm right back to where, as long as your framing work is there, I'm right back to where I started before. So
That's right, yeah.
now all I got to do is, put my poster and my art in, build everything around it. It's right there. And because where the light floor is located, you're going to be pretty centrally located for your poster. And it gives you a good starting point. You may need to scale, like if the edges are sticking out a little bit, or, it might be a little too high or too low, but it's a really good central starting point for the screen. And that's how you make one of those.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. And then, like I said,
Every time I hook up with you, you teach me something. Really.
I'm glad I can. I love to, me, I love to inspire creativity. Now, to do the extendo screens, you're going to build your 32 circle, the basic circle till you get to the point where you're going to like move stuff crazily. I think it's a 32. You got to remember you got to remember where it's going to curve, all right? And how you're going to set it up. So what you would do is, depending on where you want your curve to be, it's going to be inside curve, right? Is how that works. However, on the other side of it, you could do something with it, but you'd have to do some crazy setup stuff. And what you do is you end up, once you build your circle, get your 3 or 5, I put out all 5 panels. You can actually do 7, but it comes to a really tight, and the end ones don't quite work as well.
You're pretty close to the center there, aren't you?
Right. So what you would do is you build your circle, 1 floor panel out you would extend, and then, whatever inner curve you want. Then you would delete your inner circle, and then set your tether points up on each one of those floor panel angles in the center, just like we did. And then you should be fine. If you go to that second reference point, the top and the bottom of that second double dash, you should be 100%. And because you're so close, when you're doing your artwork, you're going to kind of put the angled, okay, so say your center one, that's your front. You can go almost full scale with that, because your next set of posters are going to intersect with that. And as long as everything's lined up, it should look like one continuous, piece of artwork.
Yeah, well, I'm riding around looking at the back of your 5-panel, and while you're explaining it, I can really see what you're talking about. The floor panels.
Right. So, and also, like I was saying, on the back, it's actually separated enough where you could make 5 separate individual screens going on. Do you know what I mean? So the front's one continuous, yes. And then the outer circumference is now, separate screens at an arc. Yeah. So you could essentially set that up, to do what you need to do. You might need to do some manual manipulation because the spacing for the light panel, it's like a little behind the screen so that you can put the poster on the screen and everything else and still not have it, phase through the front portion of the actual screen part. And then to make the smaller square screens, that's manual manipulation. I haven't figured out a snap version for that yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, you could build like you do a whole round theater type thing.
You can, but because you're doing an even number, you have a gap.
Well, you're gonna have to be able to get in and out of it.
Right, you'd have to, exactly. Unless you wanted one full circle, but that gap you could probably put in manually.
Yeah. No, that'd be okay, actually.
Oh, to have the gap to walk
like
into.
A walk-through thing, too.
You could have
basically two half circles.
Yes. That was one of my next plans for.
And then you can also put on the outside of the whole thing. You can make that something else.
Right. So I wanted to do.
Outside.
Well, in my city, chaos. What's going on? Phone stream. Hello.
Yeah, you haven't been paying enough attention to your streaming.
Yeah, well, they chat occasionally. Dad's Game Raid, we did see them. I babble a lot, and I think they're trying to pay attention to what the hell it is I'm doing, so they don't tend to text too much. They're like, "What the hell is he doing? Hold on, let me rewind that."
I know, you can watch the video or you can chat. You can't do both.
It's kind of one or the other, I think. I'm just happy people are there, But now I know how to do this sign. I can now do it in the city, so I'm pretty stoked about that. We did need a backlight. That was important. And it brightens up the arrow as it's moving. I hate you, by the way. I'm completely broken. I have no nip in the house.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'll stop. I'll put my sneeze switch on when I do it next time.
But yeah, okay, so let's go build what I wanted to build in the city, which is this here. So now I just know how to do it. I need to put the light panel into the inset area, which gives me enough room to put this over the top without that phasing through, plus get the poster on top. Now again, without that backlighting is super important for a lot of this stuff. As soon as I remove that backlight, now look, the poster's gone, right? But if I turn my flashlight on, hey, look at it, it's right there, right?
Oh yeah, it's really good with the flashlight.
So the same kind of scenario happens along with the television, or monitor, if you will. It requires that backlight in order for it to...
You set some kind of lights up, like in the front on the floor?
I probably could. I could probably... there are probably other... I guess the point being is, it needs light.
Yeah.
You
could
could
even incorporate some of those long lights in the walls there where you couldn't see them, but they'd shine on it.
Right. I like the backlighting because there's no external thing, providing more bloom than necessary. That always seems to be the issue. But yeah, that works really well. I'm pretty stoked with that. We might even be able to do this on a plain wall because the light panels may actually... Let's take a look here. So if we go with a standard wall, alloy wall base, right, and we pop that here, and we take our light panel, which now we can't get at because it's behind everything, but I think I have... Where's that?
You're telling me there's a light panel in there?
There's 2 light panels in there.
I don't see any.
Nope.
Fit them in there.
Small.
Really small?
Small, yeah. I went
really small.
Very small. So now I'm going to try to put a light panel in here and hide that. Boom, like so. Now it's not going to be the same here, and I get that because I'm just kind of randomly placing stuff here. But if we wanted to, say, do something even more subtle, right, we could probably do something like so. right? Now we're merged into there. We can probably not do what I'm thinking about, but we're going to try because I have a feeling. Oh, no. All right, so there is a bit of a collision bubble there. We see it, but we can cover that with this. If we do it right. And then if we take our poster.
Damn, we don't even need a poster. Look at the wall.
Yeah, the wall itself looks killer. But we can take our poster and now... Nope. Okay, too much. Not quite enough. I mean, the wall itself looks killer, yes. We could definitely do that.
Have you tried the old metal walls? The legacy metal walls?
Oh, the bump out? Yeah, there's no more phase on that, unfortunately.
That's too bad. But you found a phase on this one.
Although this one's pretty good. It's actually really nice. Look at that. The stars kind of glint. Ooh. Yeah. And every poster reacts a little bit differently. Yeah, that's dope. I like that a lot. The little blinking stars. It's subtle as hell, but you can see it.
There's so many things you can do.
Get a little bit more contrast on that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. But yeah, this particular, when you shrink, this is a race booster shrunk down completely to the smallest scale I could get it. So if you can get that in your wall like this, you could even add in like more of that.
You're just putting it on top of the wall.
I'm just placing it on the wall. You got it.
Son of a gun, look at that.
Just phases right down in there.
It does, doesn't it? Look at that.
So now we got all that. Now if we want to add in another poster or a sticker or whatever the hell you want to freaking add.
Yeah, now you get the little speckly effect. Put the one, wasn't there a new one, like a winter scene or something?
Is there?
I thought there was. Maybe I'm making that up.
No. Damn
it. Or the cake. The one with the cake in it.
This one works really well with the dots.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's pretty neat.
If you can get it on like a dot, like so. I wish kind of more phased in, but it doesn't quite, it's not quite opaque enough.
Yeah.
But, it's got little holes in it, which is cool, because now you have all that going on. But you could probably, at this point, I would imagine, maybe not, because stickers are bizarre. But we might be able to throw in, actually, no, we can. We could actually throw a poster over that. Oh, shoot. There's a bunch of weird posters here. We got to change it. There we go. And all this is really like just depending on where your camera's setting. Or we could just get rid of the posters altogether. But now what we're going to do is a lot of... Hold on. Let's try this instead.
How many posters you can put up and still see it?
That looks good. Yeah, look at that.
Poster is not clear to me though, so I can't see what it is.
Oh. That works well.
Have you noticed that happens a lot now with posters? It's
Oh,
like
it's the render time?
Clear up.
Yeah, the render time. So I usually step right in front of it, and usually it takes, it pops in. That's neat. All right, let's,
There we go.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Right? That's nice. Yeah, we'll be using that in the city. There's a sign right there on its own.
And you don't have any light behind it, do you?
Nope. Zero light. Now, if we do throw some light on that, though, let's see what happens. All right? So if we throw a light panel in there, and we got collision with sticker here, so this may or may not work. Let's try it. As soon as we got past it. Alright, let's try and light this puppy up.
Yeah, it works.
Why do I have two?
Two what?
Yeah, it does help though, doesn't it? A little bit.
I don't think you needed it, but it definitely works.
No,
it makes
yeah.
it brighter if you want it.
But I think you're right. I don't think we need it.
I think the effect's better when it's not as bright.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still see it playing. There's enough light just coming from that wall, I guess, that little inset.
Just having those little stars blinking through that, though, is really neat.
Or are you shining your flashlight on it? Check your flashlight.
Nope, flashlight's off.
Oh, okay. So there's light coming from
Well, hold on. Here, no, it's coming off the other one here. That's better. How about now? Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah. That's different. But it's still plenty.
Yeah, and actually, if you did it right, you could probably, instead of having the stars all be the same thing, you could probably rotate those panels a little bit because they're hidden in there. You know what I mean? And then get a little more random light pattern instead of just straight up like that. We definitely have some possibilities.
Oh, yeah.
And we are definitely at our 5-hour mark. So we should probably...
5 hours.
Yeah, I've been streaming way longer than I was intending to, but...
Okay,
nothing...
I gotta go and get some refreshments myself.
Well, I am going to also... Oh, wait a minute. Hey, didn't even notice that. Try and do something along those lines. Of some sort. But there. I mean, it's not perfect, but hey.
What did you do?
Yeah, it's all short walls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could.
It doesn't get dark enough here. I'm curious what would that look like in a really dark place.
It gets relatively dark here.
I've been here for a while, and it hasn't changed that I can tell.
Well, probably, yeah, you might be right. Might not be as... Oh, yeah, this planet. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the city. The city does get
Maybe if
darker.
you close it, you get an idea.
Yeah, that better?
Well, now you see how bright it really is, yeah.
Right.
Which is plenty.
Well, hold on. Let me kill the screen on the side. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Subtle but nice, you know.
Well, you don't want it to glare. A lot of times I try to light up a poster or something, or it's just too much glare with some
Yeah,
lights.
that's for sure.
I gotta keep getting closer to clear it up. Yeah, it works good. These two right here are fantastic.
Yeah,
They
I'm
all are.
pretty stoked. Pretty stoked.
Those are pretty simple to make, though, those things.
Yeah, super easy. So for the one on the right hand side with the ship flying up, shrink down a light floor panel, shrink down the race booster, and with the light floor panel, you're going to want to wire glitch that to the wall flat, and then you're going to put your race booster over the top of that, and then so basically take your cursor on top of the light floor, bring it down till it drops, on top of it. Put your poster on it, light it, you're good to go. It's really that simple. This one is let's try a traditional wall. They killed the phase on that, so I doubt it's going to do anything. The short wall on the small version of it actually is better for that sort of thing. The sticker is going to stick right up on top. It's actually going to fold over on it. And the race booster is going to sit on top of the bump. So, unfortunately, they did. I mean, you could get that in there, and we'll even try like a partial, just kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, you
No, it
can't.
just
It
kills it.
kills it all together. Yeah, they really ruined that wall when they took the. But if I remember correctly, and if they haven't changed it since, the smaller version of that, um, we might have a little bit more luck with. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So with the small version, and again, I don't even know if it will show through that bump. I don't think it does. You have, yeah, see, it doesn't even show through that. So you'd have to.
Nice glow around the edge there, though.
That is neat, actually. Every once in a while, even though something doesn't work, it's still cool.
It's a good frame for a poster.
Oh, yeah. But I'm now looking at it. Ah, there it is. So you double up. Or you could poster underneath it. I mean, you can't get any smaller, which is kind of a drag. But
Oh, look at that.
that, on the other hand,
That works.
that works. Now we try the poster on top and see what we get. Or a sticker even would be kind of cool. But we'll start with the poster because, well, those always work out well. Ah, see, this is even going behind. And you got that metal bar. And now we're dealing with stress. Wondering here, maybe a sticker might be better. I mean, that kind of works. Again, each one of these posters is a little bit different. Yeah, we got a light problem again.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that there isn't some potential here, you know what I mean? So if we start with, say, the poster, and we put the poster back here, and we start by lining the wall. All right. Now, ooh.
That's a nice effect.
Mm-hmm. Now let's try this. Curious. We may need to do a little finagling here, but let's see if we light this. And that does go in. What happens if we light it? Light that candle. Absolutely nothing.
It puts a bright spot in the lower section.
Alright, that's no bueno. Okay. I was hoping that would show through on the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no such luck. Unless, because that would be cool. If we could get that to show through like that, that would be killer. But let's try another poster and see what happens. Alright, so now again, we're up on the top. Up on the top. Now we're right on. See, and this is what kills it. That little tiny metal bar cuts right through the center. You know what I mean? So now you're like, you're kind of stuck. But if we light that with the poster closer, yeah, it lights it, but we have that little bit. I would love to see that come through there now. That would be so neat. Now we're down here again. Now we're above. Alright, now we're below. Make sure that works. Alright, now again we're behind it. Wish we could get this a little smaller, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Alright, it definitely looks neat. But, what happens... Chuck a poster under there. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, it's neat and all, but...
Oh, you can still see it.
That's not bad. And that's with the light. But if we kill the light...
It's all its own light there.
Now it's its own light.
So turn the light box on again.
Add light to it.
Yeah.
Now there's light.
Basically, it more frames it than anything else.
Yeah, it lights up
It lights up
the
frame,
dots. Yeah.
which is
It's not,
good. It's a
yeah, it's
nice
not
effect.
horrible.
It's actually a really neat frame.
Unfortunately, start getting there, we lose our. And you see how this poster's reacting different than the last poster? They all a little bit different, you know? Like that one still catches some of it. This one's a little further underneath, for example. That metal bar, though. It's that damn metal bar.
Yeah. Although
Yeah,
you had one up there that didn't show it.
true, we did. But what poster was that? You know? It's like,
This one here, same one you got over here. It's the
but
one that
these walls
worked.
seem to work the best. The metal
Right.
wall. The downside is there's that gap underneath it. Stone walls work pretty good too. I think we can get away with a little bit with the stone wall. Yep. So, you know, oh no, that doesn't work as well, does it? Unless we come at it from this angle. Nope. So that doesn't work very well.
Kind of sits on top of it, or half into it.
Yeah, that's a half and half. But we can still do like this sort of thing here. That does work. I mean, we could, you know, hide the top, throw in, you know, something to kind of frame it out. At least cover that top portion. Change the color of the wall. It's not bad. It's a neat poster. You know what I mean? A little addition.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit too much light here at the moment. And if I delete you, you're going to take everything with you. We know that. I don't like the colors they chose for this.
Oh,
Not very nice. And then if I delete you, you take everything with you. Damn.
what did you delete?
Took everything. It deleted the wall. Took every bit.
Yeah, it was holding it all up there, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I really do have to go get
And
something to eat.
I
It's
probably
starving
should
here.
the same as well. But yeah, I need to eat something. That's going to be interesting. One last wall before we take off. It's thin. Yeah, the thinner the wall, the more it's going to show.
Well, yeah. Those walls.
Obviously, yeah. Although I'm wondering if that's halfway.
Yeah, that's right in the center.
So if we do something like that. You're right up on top. And there is no... Ooh, yeah, that's right on there. That is a no... Yeah, that's almost like the same level of where everything sits. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just sits on top. So the metal walls seem to be the best for this, I would say, if you were to go with anything. Yeah, definitely. I wish they would just put one line so you knew, hey, this is where you want to be when you're rotating your park. And every once in a while it shows up like that, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's what I would like.
Alright, I'm signing off for a while. I'm
Alrighty.
probably going to come back and start experimenting with some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be actually probably putting a lot of this in my city, so. But
I interact with a computer. I should get you on my list of places to go now, right? To teleport to.
The city one, yeah. The only, again, the downside is if I'm not there, you will not see the entirety.
I know. I was there a little while ago. And
you saw the 3,000.
Not much there. Well, not nearly as much.
Oh no, yeah, not at all.
Okay, talk to you later, Kevin. Thanks so much.
No worries. Good to see you. I'm glad you stopped in.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
And not as good in that one, is it? All right, folks. That sounds like my cue to go as well. DG, welcome. Chaos. Been going for quite a bit of time. Just trying to come up with some new billboards and poster sign ideas for the city. Seems like we may have come up with one at least. I'm hoping we can kind of do something with this. I don't really see that though, huh? Interesting. And again, without that light, you don't see squat. Alright, but not great. That by itself is pretty good. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna just jump over the city here. Anyone wants to take a visit before I take off, let me know. I don't mind hanging out, waiting around. I just need to get something to eat. I don't have a whole lot, so don't worry about it. Oh, we lost power somewhere. What the hell happened? We lost the light. Where's our power? Some got deleted along the way. Let's just reload. Reload our autosave. That should be somewhere where we need to be. We'll see what happens. Hey, look at that. We're right back at the city. Right where we needed to be. Let's take a look, make sure our grotto is grottoing. Yep, we are back to where we were. There's our little buddy. Is he in his cave? In your cave? There he is. Alright, buddy. Make sure our waterfall's still falling. Yep, that looks good. And now we know we've got some new signage to work with. Alright, last chance. If you would like to visit, please, you're welcome to. The glyphs are right down there on the bottom corner. I will leave those up for a moment if you so choose to visit. There's a portal on this planet. Should bring you right here. It's a little ways away from here, but but it is on the planet. And there's Katrine actually found another portal on another adjoining planet in the system. So, but the cords are there if you want to visit. Again, if you want to see all of the pieces, I must be here. We must be in group. If you come in group and then later you want to see what actually made it to upload, you can come back and see. No, let's see, 3,000. We got 4,300 parts. Oh my God. That aren't going to show? Oh, jeez, that's a lot. We're going to try and get to 8K. I might come back tonight. We might just start throwing parts down just to see if we can get it. I mean, we're at 7,300 and something. I mean, we could probably start building some large structural bits. I could throw another garden. There's 100 pieces just in itself, if not more. We do a small garden. I think this garden's got 300 pieces in it, roughly. 200 and something. Any interest, any takers? If not, then we'll, we can probably call it a day, I would imagine. If there's anyone interested in visiting, please feel free. I blue screened on the freighter DG on the new patch. I was messing with the stairs and, yep, blue screen. So I'm going to wait a little bit before I go back up on the freighter. Kind of like I was saying before, I'm just sort of waiting for the freighter build mechanic to kind of settle in, do any patches, any sort of, you know, updates or anything. I just want to make sure that we don't, you know, get into something and then realize, oh, wait a minute, they changed a bunch of stuff. So, again, portal codes are right down there on the bottom if you're interested in visiting. If not, we can call it a day, I guess. Alright, so we're going to drop out of here. I'm going to look for a place to drop in those bits and pieces here, especially now that we did a little experimenting. We know we got to make a wire. We know we can kind of make a, we're going to do it over here. It looks like we got a spot for it.